Welcome back to the Crust, where this episode might be a little bit delayed, but I hope it's not too much if that is the case. As you can see, there are some changes here, and the reason for that is that I encountered a very annoying bug. The devs are aware of it, and they've confirmed it, so I expect that it will be fixed sometime soon, because it's kind of a game-breaking one. If you have a cargo vessel on the landing platform, and you have an active contract delivery thing, like say I did this, and now I click send, which is the last part of this contract, by the way, and then you save the game while the thing is on the pad, and then you exit the game and you start it up again and load. What happens is that when the vessel is filled up, it just stays there and the contract does not get fulfilled. So I only had the option of either cancelling the contract, and given that this is the story contract, I kind of didn't want to do that because I didn't know where that would take us. So I had to go back from the beginning of where I was at the beginning of the previous episode and try to recreate the steps that I had been doing in that episode to the best of my abilities. I don't think I've managed to do it perfectly, and I do know that there are certain differences. I'm mining in here. I think I built a miner on this aluminium deposit here, but we can do that in this episode. So I've also mined down here, so both this aluminium and the one over here have been mined out. One other difference that I know that I did was that I also pulled the slag out from these two, so that I have 6 refineries connected up to the bouquet here. Thank you to all of those of you who took that reference. I have been amused by your comments about it. But I don't think there are much else that I have done differently, except of course for up here, where I've started to build large batteries and I've built the solar panels in the pattern I actually wanted them in. Now, I also completed technologies, and I completed a lot more technologies than what I originally did, because for some reason I'm still making a lot more, well, it's normalizing now, but it stayed at above 600 for a very long time. So I've completed multiple technologies that I hadn't actually completed at the where I started the episode that was meant to be this episode, but where I encountered that bug. So yeah, we have the obviously we have the fuel generator, fuel factory, and large battery. I think I had completed those. I'm not sure. I think I completed those in the last episode. Salvage, drone upgrade, excavation speed 2. That one is definitely new. I haven't built the expedition control center, so that's something we need to do in this episode instead. But I only placed down the blueprint for it, so it's not that big of a deal. We have the multi-regolith refinery. That one is new. Rare earth mineral processing and microcircuit factory. We're almost completing the components factory upgrade 1. It's just 6.1 days. There is also I don't know where that is. Another fundamental. Oh yeah, the high voltage power systems. Then we have the extended trading license, the ice melter, and finally the single regolith refinery upgrade level 1. So yeah, it's a bit more than I intended to, but basically I've been sitting here looking at the screen, building these and waiting for these cargo vessels to fill up with First the smart concrete and now the steel. So let's get this out of the way, and when this one is filled up, since we have this red warning here that it's just 17 days until the contract is due, then we'll get down to building the expedition control center and tear down all of these batteries. That's going to take drone capacity, but I don't need them anymore. We just need it to turn in today. I think also the date is a bit skewed in comparison to where I was when I entered the last episode, so... But I do hope that you guys understand and forgive me for the little hiccup that happened here. When it comes to resources, we're doing fairly well on the resource side. I really want to get a microcircuit factory up and running. I believe it's using rare earth elements and silicon. So we should also get a rare earth element manufacturing thing up and running. But the expedition center is probably the first thing that I want to build as soon as these drones finish their arduous task of carrying steel back and forth. I've avoided watching other content creators that have what's the word that I'm looking for? I can't remember the word, but gotten further than I am at this current point, because I am trying to not be too influenced by other people's decisions and how they build. I do expect that the buses that I've been talking about is a fairly common theme, and I also notice that one of the things that I definitely need to do is to... This is too far away. I have to build this closer to the elevator, and so probably need to do a major reshuffling of how things are down here and have belts coming in so that we have a storage area in the area around here. The question there is, I've seen comments from you people, and some of those comments hint in the direction that having a multi-regolith refinery doesn't produce more slag than having a regular one. Not entirely sure how that works, but if we get around to having a look at that in this episode, then we'll take a look at that. That one is already full of orange. That one is already in the queue. This one I have in the queue. It needs blue, and I want that to finish. What do I have that requires orange? I suppose we can get these, because I do know that we are going to need farming, water, oxygen. Let's take the oxygen facilities and put that in there. So yeah, I'm not sure about those multi-regolith refineries. I've seen a very good way of building them, which makes the belts make a bit more sense, so I might use that. But we'll see when I get around to it. The contract has been completed. I didn't fulfill it within the bonus period, but it wasn't really a big deal. It was 115,000 instead of 90. So this will definitely help in terms of research. And now we have the build the expedition center task. So let's see here. That should be under logistics, I think. Expedition control center. Just want to rotate it. 1, 2, 3. I think we can go with building it there. And prioritize it. It's early night still, so these batteries aren't really critical. Okay, let's get the big water tank in here. Really, this is since I have such high science incomes, so I'm not entirely sure what I've done to do that, but that's why I've completed more technologies than I originally had We'll put this back to normal priority now. Research complete. Components factory upgrade 1. I might want to actually do that upgrade. Sure though. It's 25,000. I mean, we don't need components, so we're fine, I think. Let's see. This one isn't really that needed. I do want the Mark II conveyors. We'd probably put the repeater in there. Yep, that looks good. One thing that would be nice in the UI is if they there was an indication of what I had already invested in terms of research points. Like, say, if I click this one, I already have invested the necessary orange and green science, but it doesn't tell me. So that would have been nice to have as a...
Director, we received requests from two competing organizations, Malachite and IEF. Both are asking for support, but we can only collaborate with one. Review the situation and make a decision. The disaster on the moon diminished Eurasian countries' trust in Crust and its programs. Together with the Malachite conglomerate, these states developed the Aurora Aerospace Complex project. The company's representatives contacted us and invited us to participate in the project as a resource supplier on favorable terms. Upon learning of this, activists from the International Environmental Front decided to thwart the emergence of new, dirty industries on Earth and prepared their own Aurora project to restore melting glaciers. The IEF plans to redirect the attention of Malachite investors to a more pressing environmental issue. We need to decide who to contract with.
I think restoring the melting glaciers is a good... well, it seems like the more goody two-shoes choice than the space exploration stuff. So we'll help the IEF in their fight to save the environment. So she tells us that, thank you for agreeing to help our noble cause. Our plans are quite ambitious, but I believe that together we can reduce the impact of global warming and draw attention to environmental issues. After the explosion, we were left completely without resources, so your assistance will be very valuable. The data for the first contract has already been sent, and we hope for a swift dispatch. Understood. Get a new contract then. Why I only get these contracts? So they want 100 silicon and 10 microcircuits. And we get for 90 days we get 60 and 100. That's probably something that we can send off right away. I just want this to complete first. And we have patched the contract system because last time I played there was like a plethora of organizations available to me. And I had a lot of various contracts that I could select from. However, it also might be this thing here, that when this completes, maybe that's what opens up the rest of the contracts. We'll see when it's done. I also vividly remember taking a contract for 3000 slag, which was a very bad idea, since you can only send 150 of it at a time in the default cargo vessel.
Research complete.
Research complete, so we get the conveyor Mark II, that's good. I really do want that elevator for conveyor belts. I think I'll put that up here. Now I'll put it up the top, really, because in multi-regolith I think I'll also take the repeater up there. No, the big water tank. So, like that. I do need to start considering building housing soon. Or living quarters. That is another thing we can use the slag for. Producing stuff. Yes, organic stuff in the hydroponics farms. This is taking a while. Certainly requires a lot of resources, this thing. Yeah, getting up a microcircuit factory would probably be very beneficial to do right away. So I think we'll do the contract and then we'll send off or start building the microcircuit factory, because that's definitely required. We only have 8 left. These take microcircuits? No.
Now my drones will deal with this piece of scrap metal. Load them into the cargo truck with parts and send them to the terminal.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. We are not ready for that yet. No connection. Well, obviously. However, I'm going to turn it off because it takes 75 power and we don't need that currently. Our mining drones are idle. Suppose we can just mine up this way. Maybe we can mine out this.
We have a new contract, this time from the Southwind Corporation. I'm sure you won't let Meme and the company down.
Did he say meme? Yeah, sure. Go away. Just nope. Still doesn't give me any other contract, just the market.
In order to recruit staff to the base, we'll need living quarters.
Here we go.
Professor, have you got the technology needed?
Crust has handed over the research plan. They agreed to help, but the main burden will fall on our shoulders.
Living quarters will require a lot of space. Director, make sure the drones mine enough area for construction.
Let's buy 20 more microcircuits.
Objective achieved.
Okay, we're ready. Director, use the room planner tool and lay down a room of the required size.
Not yet.
And yes, Director, several technical modules will be needed for the colonists' living conditions. Try to separate the sleeping quarters and production areas in advance. After all, we want the staff to come to work well rested, right?
Oh, the sass. Send off this. I do believe we can fit all that in one shipment. Yes, good. Let's have a look at the microcircuit factory. That should be under production. It takes 1 rare element and 4 silicon to make 1 microcircuit. So then the next question is rare earth refinery. Okay, so the rare minerals refinery takes 5 rare earth minerals and convert that into 1 rare earth element and 2 slag. In other words, I don't think I've made a bucket for... No, I haven't made a bucket for those. I want it here, in the vicinity of these silicon storages. Let's pause the game while I just have a look at planning out this. Say I built this bucket here. This rare earth refinery takes 5. So let's say we have 2 of those. Copy. Select resource here, rare earth. Now if we have a belt going to there, and then from there to there, and there to there, that'll give us... It actually would be helpful if it told us how much... Let's see here. Production. Components, no. This one, the Microcircuit factory, also requires people. So it's going to produce very slowly. 12 and 3 to 2. 12 and 48 to 8. That doesn't make much sense. What about the refinery? 2 to 1 and 1. Okay, there it is. Its production cycle is 6. What does that mean? Okay. Okay, let's go to this one, because this one should then have a production cycle of 20. Melting furnace. Yep, it does have a production cycle of 20. So what's the production cycle of this? It's 30. So I'll be producing 4 per minute, provided I have enough rare earth minerals in here, which I'm not sure how I'm going to be mining, except for picking it up from the floor. And then that goes into the Microcircuit factory, which has a production cycle of 20 and requires 1, but to be fair to that, with 3 working places, it's probably going to be something like a production cycle of 180 or something like that. At least 120. So yeah, I'm gonna put that there. And for the time being, I think I'm going to dismantle this and this. So let's produce this one. The contract needs to be prioritized, and then we'll prioritize that afterwards. We can also build all. I really need to buy drones. I hope it's 42. That's about average, I think. You can actually get them down to 36, so that's a... Okay, the trend is going downwards. Let's wait 1 cycle or day or whatever. And be right back. There we go. Should be back now, I think. Yes, I am. Good. So we need a belt from here to there as well. Build. Now, how is this? Yeah, now we're sending off stuff. This one, if I use this as a splitter, it's going to send 1 to that, 1 to that. But it's really the same here. I really need to restructure this area as well, to be honest. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we need to redo. There we go. These are actually lacking the silicon oxide. And that's not because they lack regolith. Okay, so what I'm going to do is upgrade these two refineries. That's 40,000. We're wasting science points. Orange again. I'm going to go with the radioisotope thermoelectric generator. I have no idea what it is. Sounds like something power, but it would be nice to get to the large solar panels, and it does require a fair amount of orange science as well, so... contract completed, so that's a little bit of cash back. New contract available. 100 titanium and 15 steel. 90 days before the bonus period expires, so we can let that wait. This one is urgent. I have no idea how, because this is going to be very painful. I can't... No, I can't shift hold. I need to do this manually one by one, so this is a bit... silly. I have no idea what the late game process for getting rare earth minerals is. I cannot possibly imagine that this is the only way to get it, because the drones will not prioritize the rare earth minerals. Maybe if I prioritize the bucket that I put them in. Sure. Maybe some of you have some helpful tips on this. Don't spoil too much, but this just feels extremely inefficient when it comes to picking up these. I do know...
An interesting contract has come in from the Meta Society. They're requesting materials to complete the construction of the first floating city.
Uh-huh. It still needs modular frames, so bye-bye.
Director, don't forget to select contracts with a list available in the control center. Let's ensure the prosperity of our enterprise together.
Maybe the contract's opened now. Anyways, as I was saying, this just strikes me as extremely inefficient, and also as not really good game design, so I don't think this is the way to do it properly. At least they're now prioritizing getting the minerals into this bucket, and then this one will be built when we've picked up all of this. There is the matter of the drones. You get cargo drones that are specifically tailored for carrying cargo. Here we go. Yeah, this helps. Okay, I was going to check the robots. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was a good thing we waited there. I'm gonna buy 2. I don't know if they've fixed the bug that I encountered with these, so we'll have a look at that. Yeah, they have, because I only get 1 pod. Earlier, when I played before I started recording the game, I got 2 pods where one of them was just empty and the other one contained the robots. So I had to look at that and then go to the edge of the map, because the thing that lands, the cargo pod, was just left on the ground. So I'm glad they fixed that bug, because that was a genuinely tad annoying. Here we go, we have 2 more robots now, so that should help a little bit. I don't want to buy more currently, because I don't want to go below 150,000. I'm not sure if you get back the full cost when you place a belt and then remove it. Wally did tell me that you don't, but I haven't actually checked it out myself. But I do believe that Wally wouldn't tell me something that's wrong unless he has seen something wrong himself. And usually he does tend to actually look up things. So I do trust him. Even though he is a heretic. Yeah, the silicon is coming in very slowly. It did help on the oxide production though, because the belts are getting filled up again. But But now we're producing 23 per minute, and each of these are using 9 per minute, so I can now build 2 more of these, which I think I shall do. It's not like we're lacking power, although we are at daytime currently. One thing that I would like to do, though, is tighten these up. Yeah.
Research complete.
Big water tank, that's good. We also need oxygen facilities. Let's put that up above the elevator, actually. And then I definitely want to tighten this up, but the problem is I want to tear these down. And if I tear these down, I actually lose 50,000 credits. So we're going to tighten them up later. Copy that. And that. Now, if I now remove this, I build an underground conveyor here to there. I should be able to put a belt going like, yes, good. And then let's do the same here. Build all. When that's up and running, that should help a bit. Probably a good idea to actually prioritize these. This needs a little while to process the rare earth minerals anyways, but yeah, 180. There's not much left there. Yeah, those need power too, of course. I think we can do that like this for now. I mean, this area needs to be rebuilt anyways. I'd like to have silicon storage near the elevator, so one storage of each of the resources is probably a good idea near the elevator. Fulfill the contracts. Weirdly enough, it seems that the game prioritizes building this over picking up this on the ground, even though I have prioritized these things. Should be some rare earth minerals up here as well. Given the low amount that we're getting from over there, I'm going to prioritize picking up this as well. This is very tedious. It would be very nice if we just click and drag with this prioritization tool. No connection. Yeah, that's fine. Just a matter of doing this. I don't think we can do much yet. Oh, it needs 16. Why does it say components there? Oh, it does that on everything. No, not everything. Never mind. It's what it's repaired with. So it does produce microcircuits. This thing is not going to produce much slag at all. Why is that red? It's better. Here's some rare earth minerals as well, so let's pick those up. There must be some more efficient way to do this. Let's have a look here. Fundamental. No, engineering. Rare earth. Large bulk storage. Microcircuit upgrade. Maybe we get it from trade contracts and picking up things? It's gotta be something like that, because I can't see anything obvious here. Increased scanning range. Programmable splitter. I think we already have that, but it says open by default for now, so... I need to let the drones do their job down here, so what I'll do is I will pause and be back as soon as I've picked up more of the rare earth stuff up here.
Research complete.
Well, we have that. Oxygen facilities, so we also need the farming and cooking. Can put that at the top as well. Remove the repeater and replace it with a single bed. We also need the ventilation. Let's finish one of these first. Yeah, I'm limited by the number of drones I have currently. Idle rover. Let's investigate the distress call. Let's see. Is there anything we can pick up? Yeah, here we go. Now the game is bugged out on the... this happens occasionally. I have no idea what this says. But we can pick up these things from here. So let's set an expedition. Select transport cargo truck. Expedition setting. Fill all. Back to base. And send. So now the cargo truck is going to go there and pick up the stuff that's lying around there. And that's 100 of the rare earth, or what are they called? Rare earth elements. So because I want to tear down these batteries, we have a capacity of 11.4 million. That's probably more than enough. I need to reclaim some CPU here. There we go. We don't need these batteries to charge or to be charged. Also, someone asked in the comments about how you make more power grids. It's basically just not connecting the power grids up to one another. So if you have, for instance, I build a solar panel up here that's dedicated to powering something on its own, then that's going to be another power grid. I will respond to that in the comments as well, but I thought it would be an okay thing to just mention in the video. need to adjust my sitting position, so I need to mute the microphone, otherwise you guys are going to hear the motor in my desk. So look at this for a little while. There we go. So you can see that the power grid number 2 and 3, they don't generate anything because they are in here. With the wires, you can see that...
For carrying out various tasks and contracts on the moon, you may need a rover scout and cargo transport. Since our resources are currently insufficient for producing transport, you can purchase everything you need in the Crust Solutions section of the Control Center interface.
Yeah. Never mind that they are horribly expensive. They're over here.
In this section, you can rent other labs to participate in your research to increase your science point income.
Oh, this is nice. Is this new, or did I not see that before? This is very useful. I mean, I knew about the vehicles. They are really expensive. Like 40,000 for 200 fundamental science for 90 days, for instance. That's bad at all. But I need to watch our wallet. Yeah, they decided to go prioritize doing the dismantling over filling up this bucket. But then again, there's a lot of rare earth minerals in here now, so... And we are producing microcircuits, however slowly it is. It's an efficiency of 7% average. I'm not sure which of these I should trust, but I'm going to make a tiny bet that it's the average one that is
Detected a faint emergency signal coming from a point not far from us.
I'm James Sullivan, station employee. 3 of us have food and water. Base 4 and 5 are deep pressure. Need repairs, materials. We need help. I repeat, need help. Interference is making it difficult to pinpoint the exact location. According to the signal data, there should be a radar station, number 23 in this area. To find out more details, we'll have to dispatch search equipment. So, means we need to scan. Somewhere in that direction. Let's go there. I can do... No, I need a research dispatch to scan, and I'll probably forget about the vehicle altogether. I did get the Microcircuit factory up and running. That was an important step. What else? I've already forgotten. I don't feel that we need a fuel factory currently, and I don't have any water ice that I can mine. I think I do up here, but I don't think that is a critical thing. It also takes aluminium. So it would actually make more sense to do that down here, where I have aluminium in the vicinity, rather than do it up there, where I would have to transport the aluminium over quite large distances. Fuel does sell for a decent amount though. There is that. And there's also contracts that do require it, that you get from time. Okay, so the bots are back to transporting those materials. That means we can go up here and have a look at this contract. And we can fulfill this one because we have enough of both of these. Do that, put speed back to 2x. And we're apparently full up on smart concrete, so let's copy this one. I don't know. Yes, build one there. Wasting science points. We're wasting again. .8 days until that completes. Losing 100 in 1 day. If you're wondering why I'm not running on Forex, it's because I want to actually lose things than I miss things, and I don't want to do that. So we have farming and cooking technologies. That's good. Everything is going into ventilation now, which is weird. Shouldn't do that. No, there we go. Blue is going in there. We need something with orange. Yeah. I mean, sure, that one. Just to get the orange into something that is useful and gives us some kind of progress. So.
Objective achieved.
Contract completed. We get 54,000 credits, some relations and reputation, and more blue science. That's good. The new contract is the Great Wall. I vaguely remember this. Yeah, we need modular frames for this one. I could buy those off the market, but I mean, it's 20 modular frames. If we complete this in 80 days, we get 190,000. 190,000. If I go to modular frames and I say I want to buy 20 of these, that's going to cost me 65. I mean, that is a net profit, so there's no reason not to do that. And then go ahead and send these resources, as we have enough the titanium to fill this contract.
Research complete.
Finish the elevator for conveyor belts. That one I'm curious about, because that's one thing that I've been wondering whether I should do. Transport the materials up to the surface and then produce things on the surface. Let's see how this thing works. It's probably under belt? No. Orange? Logistics. Conveyor elevator. Get red. Ah, there's a map. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, so this thing could actually be beneficial for transporting, or could be, will be beneficial for transporting things up to the surface. It also shows me where it's located. Does it do the same thing if I try to place it down up here? Indeed it does. Okay, so that's an ingenious little thing. Very good thing that they did that little mini view down in the corner. I like that. Probably going to take forever to get the rare earth elements from that. No, it's actually almost home. It might not reach the base due to battery, but that'll definitely help. Did free up a bit of CPU by swapping out these small batteries with the larger ones, but I do think that the large ones also use a fair amount. 3, yeah. Get a net gain of 2 CPU per large battery you build, as they will fulfill the same role as 5 of these. Package delivered. Let's do a cargo unload. Okay, that should be that contract.
Objective achieved.
That's 190,000. We're up to 330. Get even more science. And the next one is green power. Yeah. I'm going to leave this on indefinite. There's no real gain for fulfilling it within 30 days, and 300 aluminium. To mention 150 rare earth elements. What does rare earth elements cost on the market? 677. So say I wanted to buy 100. 67,000. I don't need that, but I'm very curious about the rare earth elements when it comes to producing them. If it actually does require me to mine out,
Research complete.
that's going to be quite the thing. What are you doing? Didn't tell you to go anywhere. Come back here. Get ventilation, that's good. Just need a single bed, and that's the main things we need for the room. Okay, so they just put it there. Well, that's fine. Put you over there. And we do have that contract, fix the cargo terminal. So this requires 20 aluminium, which we do have. We do not have the modular terminals. It also requires 2 robots. Those modular terminals, I do expect that those are quite expensive. 7,000 apiece. 74,000, huh? Well, it's 30-something thousand. But I mean, this is a quest. So why not? We need 5 of those. My main little thing here now is that I'm not trusting the game when it comes to this. If I start loading up things here for that expedition, I'm going to have to let the truck actually leave before I save the game. And ideally, I would actually also have to let it arrive. So I don't think I will be sending off that truck in this episode. I think we'll do that in the next one. Just let the robots continue to pick up things for now. Probably should have built a storage thing for these. I kind of feel I've in phase of the game where things are going to be involving a lot of waiting. And on top of that, in addition to waiting, I'm also going to be, so say that if I ended the episode here and
Research complete.
let the drones do their job, the issue is that I'm going to be completing researches. And I do have a rather substantial income of research currently. So all this regolith on the ground. Let's see, what happens if I do that? That worked. That actually works. So that's what you do. You prioritize the bucket that takes the rare earth minerals, and they start rare earth mineral as their priority task. Are we producing enough regolith for these? We need 80. I can upgrade these and that will give us 60. But no, we're not. I forgot about that. There's some silicon out here, but it's gonna be a while until I get the ability to mine out that way. Otherwise, I'll have to go all the way up there. Might be an idea to move the entire thing up here instead, but then I need to mine out this area here, so yeah. There's a lot of various things that I need to do, but it does involve having to change a lot of things. And then there's also the progress. Also need to start considering laying out that room, but I do remember that we need a lot of concrete and steel for that, so I would like to have more steel produced before I do that. Why haven't I built more? Okay. I have no idea why I haven't built more of the smelting furnace. The iron. Need 9. Using 12. But we have 40. Okay, well, I think we'll do that as a final thing in this episode here. Let's tear that down. Click prioritize on these specific lag items on the ground. Copy this one. Really don't need to build it far away because I'm not planning on keeping it here anyways. Copy this one. Set this one to make iron oxide and this one to make steel. This belt can just go to there. Build all. Not that prioritized. This one is more. That means we're going to need 40, which is what you're producing up here. So Yeah, upgrading these two was a minor mistake. It's fine. This connects to there, and this connects up. This one, build all. You need power. And so do you. They're a good way to balance the. And if I built them into a splitter, then have a belt coming out of the splitter, then that belt goes into a new splitter, which then splits two. Does that balance it properly? I'm not sure. We're wasting green. This one needs green. And I'd like to get those completed as well.
Research complete.
Completed the multi-regolith refinery. Everything under control research-wise. Okay, we do need to wrap up the episode here though. I really need to dig out more terrain before I record the next episode. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just be patient, because I do want the episodes to contain more content than just sitting and watching the drones carrying back and forth. So it's probably the best solution I have right now is that I mean, eventually these contract things that are giving us additional science will run out, which should slow down the science a bit until we get to the next stage. But something that I will have to do. So I will be watching the robots, and I will be finishing science, and I will be telling you guys what I've finished, but I won't be building anything of consequence until the next episode. But what I'm going to have to do is look at the contracts here and actually fulfill some of them to empty out containers, because at the moment we only have one thing. In this case it's a machine that has a full production storage and can't continue production. But earlier I saw this with a number of 8 or 9, and just having things sitting around, if for instance I could go here and fulfill a contract for, say, I mean, these guys, they are insane. What about these are also insane. Like this one, it gives us science though. This might be a decent one, 57,000 for that. That one is... ouch. It's sent 300 at a time, so that one takes forever to complete until we get better cargo vessels. But something like, say this one is a good one, 183 for 32,900. So I will be managing things like that off camera, and in the next episode, hopefully we can do something a bit more interesting again, like what we did at the beginning of this one. I might be looking at moving the silicon operation up here, maybe test out the multi-regolith thing. Just to see how it works. That's about what I can think about right now though. So yeah, let's just wrap things up here. If you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those down in the comment section. Usual, if you just want to help out with the YouTube algorithm, then just a little emoji, some funny comment or sass is always very welcome to just help out with things like that. I do hope that you enjoyed the episode, that it wasn't too boring or something, but at least it should provide some kind of material to fall asleep to. I mean, that's always useful. I use YouTube for that myself, so if I can provide that to others, then I'm happy with that, actually. But yeah, thank you all so much, and see you all in the next episode.